as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all. Peak flow.
All right, Coach, the bright lights of Broadway just to the east of us, and we are under the lights as well at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Cleveland Browns. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. And right away, he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Throwing on second and long. Mayfield is going to fire one deep over the middle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run it with Bell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Young lady. 57's Mike.
Hey, Alpha.
57's the Mike. Watch 57. Check, 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 check.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And he's got a moon one. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Get ready, get ready.
13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Mike, 44. Switch up, switch up.
On first down, it's Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
15 more yards.
You think about the two quarterbacks in this game with Darnold and Mayfield, and you think back to the 2018 draft. Gosh, leading up to that draft, the talk shows and all the rumors about who would go number one. A lot of people thought it would be Sam Darnold going number one and playing for these Cleveland Browns. Josh Allen, Josh Rosen also in the mix. It turns out the Browns, they would get Baker. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Well, they get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
It's now third down.
We're outside. Hey, lady. Oh, here we go. Oh. Check 50, check 50. Shoot. Hey, lady. Hey, orbit. 44 to Mike, 47. Check.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Anunwa's got it, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
On third down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the first down. But in this case, he turned it into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
A pickup of 2 brings up second and goal at the 5-yard line.
Second and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell. On second and goal, here's an option play. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Sam Darnold, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on. Every time the quarterback puts the ball near, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
Mayfield now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's first and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And that'll bring up second down.
54. Hey, wahoo! Check, watch 54, watch 54. Ain't no check. Hey! We take a win. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
Mayfield with it once more. Going back to Lander. This time he's got him complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They go play action here on first down. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Demarius Randall that time there to knock it free.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw. A screen to Bell. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll try and run for it with Bell. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Darnold from the gun. Crowder's got it over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Lady, watch the twins.
Darnold running the option to the right side. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there. And his kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Well, another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Mayfield able to get this one to his tight end, Njoku. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in the 1st half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our 1st half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Mayfield, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Mayfield to throw it. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mayfield looks to throw. And that will be incomplete. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Bell. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw, Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bell. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Lady, check, crunch. Young lady.
Here's Darnold. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
Now a draw play. This is Bell. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Jannard Avery coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you turned that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Darnold. Caught here by Bell. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
And sometimes you have to serve as your own blitz control. And what I mean by that is there are going to be times when guys come free and are going to hit you when you're trying to throw the ball. He stood in there and took it and still completed it for a first down.
Well, he has running back and vacated the area there, but able to complete it to him, still make a gain out of it.
I guess that's what we call a safety valve, and it worked pretty well.
Bell And he's got some space here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. The Jets were 26th in rushing in the NFL last year. That's a big reason they went and signed Bell back on March 13th. And plays like that give them optimism that they can move up the pecking order in the NFL rushing ranks. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Darnold from the red zone now. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it, just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
No lack of guts at all on that one. Normally in this situation in the red zone, that type of play isn't run, but I think they're trying to catch the defense off guard and also break tendency. No one really runs that type of a play. Guess what? We are. Let's see how you handle it.
Check. Watch QB draw. Watch QB draw.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Browns drive about to get started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
At the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Tighten down. There you go.
Here's Mayfield. And this one's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Watch the twist. Hey, Wood. He can't handle it.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hunt. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Browns first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
57, Mike 57. Hey, Delta.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Brandon Copeland able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
The Jets take over first and 10
Let's go.
at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again? And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll go again with Bell. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
We all know that Myles Garrett was drafted number 1 in the NFL for his ability to get to the quarterback. That's his stock in trade. But the underrated part of his game, plays well against the run, knows how to hold the point of attack.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
First down, Browns.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the fourth quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Regular.
Now Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. Darnold now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Check. Lucky.
On second down, it's Bell. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Red 80. Flare. Big exit. 57 to Mike. Hey, we heavy on the edges. 57 to Mike. Mike 57.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Travis Carey. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown on the season. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll give this to Bell running right, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
You can't block me. Shoot, lady.
Now it's Darnold. And it's caught by Herndon. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
We're going to start. Mike Popo. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Well, I guess at the very least they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now Bell. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead.
2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Bell. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Point after, right down the middle. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go! Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one. Whether you're able to get...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Kill, kill, kill!
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16. Mayfield. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. One last shot from Mayfield here. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.